Today, we are going to search for the often difficult to find and threatened Massachusetts Blanding's turtle. Although Blanding's turtles are widely distributed in parts of the plains and the upper Midwest, here in New England they are restricted to eastern Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire, and a sliver of south coastal Maine. Blandings are decent-sized, mostly aquatic turtles with a goofy appearance because they kind of look like giant box turtles with bullfrog faces. Blanding turtles are omnivores and will eat a variety of plants and animals, and this includes carrion. Topping their menu list for animals are crayfish, snails, and fish. As a kid growing up in New Hampshire, I saw that they eagerly took to frogs. The specific site we're visiting today is a vernal pool. After overwintering in ponds and marshes, many Blanding's turtles will migrate to shrubby swamps and vernal pools in the spring and early summer, where they will mate and feed. In addition to being important for Blanding's turtles, vernal pools are a vital life history requirement for a host of insects with an aquatic larval stage and breeding amphibians. Because vernal pools are temporary bodies of water that dry up most summers, which prevent predatory fish from being established. This vernal pool right here is not where I have found Blanding's turtles in the past. That vernal pool is a few hundred feet over in that direction. But what is interesting is the last few Aprils I have found several large common snapping turtles utilizing this vernal pool. They had migrated from the river system just beyond that embankment there, and they migrate to such vernal pools because the water is warmer, and more importantly, there's a lot of breeding amphibians, especially frogs, to prey upon. Some literature suggests that large snapping turtles will migrate in the autumn, that they'll actually leave the river system, find vernal pools which I have filled up with water from autumnal rains, and will hibernate in the vernal pools, so they're already situated there in the spring. I'm not quite sure, but I suspect in this case they definitely migrate in April because the water in this vernal pool really doesn't fill up until there's a lot of snow melt and snow and spring rains. I have come here in the autumn and there's virtually no water present. I don't suspect there'll be any snapping turtles in the vernal pool currently. It is June. They would have likely migrated back to the river. And I really don't think there's any Blanding's turtles that utilize this. It's not enough vegetation in the water. But I bypass it on the way to the other vernal pool, so it's worth taking a quick peek. All right, no luck, but it's what I expected. I'm gonna pack up my equipment. Let's head on over to the next vernal pool and hope for the best. Just over this sand dune is our vernal pool that hopefully has a Blanding's turtle that we can find. I do like how the water is shallow and you can see fairly clearly. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my God, there's one right there. Well, that was the easiest search for a Blanding's turtle. Hey, buddy. Oh, here we go. You're on camera. Wow. This one is a male. You can tell by the concave plastron. Males also have larger, thicker tails. No way. There's another one right here. Look at the spots on that carapace. Wow. Not sure how well you can see underneath the water here, but this male on the left has a darker carapace, And the individual on the right, not sure of the sex yet, has more of that speckled carapace, small, yellow, and in this case, pale dots of a pattern on its carapace. Whoa, you're taking off. Went back to my pack to grab my other camera, and you're trying to make a run for it. Wow, look at the spots on that carapace. And the neck, like a canary yellow, and you have very sharp nails, also a male. See the concave plastron. A very canary yellow chin. I'm gonna wash you off a little bit more here. You're on camera after all. Wow, what a beautiful animal. Two Blanding's turtles in about 5 minutes of searching. Comparing the two males. You can see the one on the right has almost no pattern on its carapace and has more black blotches on its plastron, and part of it actually looks like it was chewed upon by a predator in the past. Here is the larger of the two males, found a few days later, and unfortunately getting swarmed by black flies. Very nice painted turtle, aptly named and quite common. Nice, here's a third one. Oh! Ah, a female. And remember what I said about the concave plastrons. This one is not concave. Smaller tail, a leech. It's just about every aquatic or semi-aquatic turtle you capture will have at least one leech. This pretty subadult was the fourth and final Blanding's turtle found. This is a nesting female I found nearby at dusk in June a couple of years ago. Here is an example of an adorable hatchling. Well, it looks like the elements are going to drive me out of here, so that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. This is a vernal pool. It's not the one that I want to specific. A lot of breeding amphibians, which they can prey upon. I hate when I'm filming and the plane flies overhead. It happens more than you would think.